guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Oh, and by the way, my name is Decima, for those of you that are new here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and play with some Juvia's Place makeup. I know the makeup is not new. One palette I got which was pretty new, which was the Nomad palette, but all the other products I already had, and I have most of the product to do a full face, so I'm like, why not? So I'm gonna go ahead and create a look. The eyebrow product I do not have from her, and then there's a couple other products that I don't have. But if you want to see how we create a full face using Juvia's Place, then keep on watching. As usual, I always prime my lids with my Louise Base. Let's ignore that I did that because I don't usually sing. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this is just a concealer brush from e.l.f, and I'm just gonna tap that in. But I like doing my eyeshadow first, just in case, just any kind of fallout, so it's easier to just clean up. I'm actually not sure what look I'm gonna create today, but that's all the time. I just kind of go with it. My eye shape are like totally different. I actually prefer this eye shape than this one right here. That's what I got, so kind of have to work with that. And as I said, in my opening, I am gonna use the Nomad palette from Juvia's Place, and the shade I'm gonna start with is gonna be this shade over here. And I'm using a Signma E25, and I'm just gonna stamp that in my crease. Definitely have a little bit of fallout, which is fine since I have no base on, and that's why I do that. If you look at this eye right here, you can see some creasing, like right here, like so. So I can just go back with my concealer brush and just tap on here. I actually like using these palettes from Juvia's Place, like those size, because it's so much easier. You can just kind of hold it like this. Whereas when I'm using just huge palettes, it makes it a little bit harder since I don't have a lot of space right in front of me to put stuff down. See, this eye shape is just perfect, but not this one right here. See, I definitely have to work with this eye a lot more than I do. So just keep turning. Let's use a Morphe M518. I'm gonna go ahead and use this color right here. Let's not zoom on the nails because they're not the best looking right now. But I'm gonna use this color, and I'm just gonna use this to buff my edges. And for that color, I'm just putting just a teeny bit on my brush, and I'm doing soft circular motions. I'm holding my brush very I'm not going in here really like this. I'm just slightly just gliding over here, and I'm gonna move to that second eye. I'm gonna do the same thing. I feel like I lost a little bit of that color right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more just in the crease of my outer V. I need to cut my crease. I'm actually just gonna use, this is actually an eyebrow brush. It's the number 12 brush from ABH, and I'm gonna use my same primer that I used to prime my lid, and I'm gonna use that to cut my crease. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on my hand like so, and let's go to cutting the crease, which is that's when I concentrate even more. I actually do that a lot when I'm doing my brows. That's why I just do my brows off camera and then just come in with the brow already ready to go. If your eyelid is kind of big, that might take forever, so you might want to use a bigger brush to cut the crease. It's just hard to kind of get this perfectly the same size because my eye, they're not the same size. So I'm actually gonna use this number 18 brush from ABH. I'm gonna go back to that palette, and I'm gonna use that middle shade right here, and I'm gonna use that to set that concealer. Ooh, this color is pretty, and I'm not wetting my brush at all. I'm actually gonna go back to this brush, which is the Sigma E25, and I'm gonna go back to this color right here. This is the caramel color, and then I'm just gonna make sure everything looks nice and smooth over here. Perfect. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean my eye. As I said, I did get some fallouts, but nothing crazy. It was more pretty much this color right here. That's what gave me some fallout, but we can clean that up. I use so many of these wipes, like crazy. And we're gonna move on to my eyeliner. For my eyeliner, I don't have an eyeliner from Juvia's place, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Pat McGrath liner. And I know it's not in the same price range, but that's the only eyeliner that I had on hand. I also do like the one from Beauty Bakery, but I have one that dried out, so I threw it away. And if you can do yours without having to pull it, it's actually ideal, but I can't. Or maybe I can, it just makes it easier. So maybe I'm just lazy. Moving along. I just won't even, talk about that. So I'm actually moving to my base. For that, I'm gonna go ahead and use my moisturizer. I use these two moisturizers together, and they're from Clinique. And I always moisturize before I go in with my foundation. Don't forget the forehead and the neck. Most of the things I'm using, I am using the Juvia's place, but the products that I don't have from her, I will just substitute for other things. Like I don't have a primer from her, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use my Tatcha primer. And by no means I'm saying this is in the same price range. I know it's not, but this is my favorite primer at the moment. So, and for my under eye, I'm using this little sample of eye cream from Supergoop. I went to Sephora and they gave me that container, and I've been using it for like a week, 3 weeks, good on 2 weeks, because you just need like a little dab. And for after that, after I put my primer on myself, this is also a primer, and this is just the matte screen from Supergoop, and I'm just gonna put like a little bit just to protect the skin. I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting because I do have some discoloration here. I had this pimple, that we won't even talk about that I mess with, and look at this, it's like huge. So we'll just go ahead and cover that up nicely. Oh, sorry, this is actually from Dragun Beauty, and this is her color corrector, which I love. Just gonna put a little bit under my eye. Haven't really been sleeping well lately, so I do have some dark circles, or more like bags, but I'm just like throwing everything down. That's what I'm like. I'm actually gonna use this brush from Sephora. It's just a concealer brush, and just tap this in here. I know, look at this, my face is like matching my eye almost, like right here. Maybe I could have just bring the eyeshadow down here. I'm just joking, but it's like the same shade. And for my foundation, I'm gonna use the I Am Magic matte foundation, or velvety matte foundation, and my shade is in Savannah 440. And to blend my foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Luxie 732 foundation brush. So I think I put too much. Okay, let's move to concealer. I actually used 2 different shades of concealer, but I tried a couple shades, and no one shade just made my color. So I'm actually using 2 shades. I'm using 16 and 13. I'm gonna go in with 13, which is the darker shade. I love the foundation. The concealer not so much. Since I'm gonna do a full face, I'm gonna go ahead and use it, but I rarely use this concealer. Even my favorite concealers creases, but this is like really bad creasing. So, and to blend my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use my concealer brush from Luxie, and then this is a 733. Now I'm gonna go in with the 16, and for that I concentrated like really close to my under eye, just for a little bit of brightening, like so. Before we set the under eye, I'm gonna go ahead and use the contour stick from there, or actually this is the foundation stick. I don't really like it as foundation, so I just use it to contour. And then this is in Cameroon, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and put one strip right here around my hairline, and we're gonna go ahead and blend that out. I'm actually just gonna use this number 3 brush from BH Cosmetics, and then we're just gonna go ahead and blend that in. See, look, I'm already getting some creasing like right here. That's why I have to set this concealer literally as soon as I put it on. And to set my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and use this. It is the setting powder, and this is Kalahari, and I'm using an M536 brush from Morphe. This is actually not my favorite either, that powder, but we just have to make it work since, you know, we're doing a full face. And I know all the products is not from her, but since we have this, we're gonna go ahead and use it. And to set my face, I'm actually gonna use Gobi, G-O-B-I, and I'm using just a powder brush from Luxie. This one is 734, and we're just gonna use this and set the rest of the face. Just gonna go very light, just gonna dust it off. Look at, like, right here in my smile line, I'm already getting some creasing with the foundation. We're gonna go back to this palette. Actually, before we go back to the palette, I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyelashes to dry. I'm actually gonna use this lashes from ABH, and this is in style Gorgina. And I'm just gonna use my Kiss Lash glue in clear, which I always use. Let's actually put some mascara on. I like how I'm just all over the place in this video. You know, I'm just coating my non-existent lashes. I literally have no lashes, like, but they want to show up when I put on my falsies, and I'm like, you don't show up, you know, when I'm just like, oh, let me just wear mascara today, or, you know, just, you know, a simple look, nothing. But when if I forget to put mascara and then I put them on, then I can see my lashes showing, and I'm like, nope, that's what we're not gonna do. Try to, you know, clock me. So I'm gonna use an M506 from Morphe, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use that same color that I use in my crease, which is this color right here. So I'm gonna put that color first, and then we're just gonna blend it out or with the yellow. Before I use the M506, I'm gonna go ahead and use this brush. It is the C124 from Crown. It's just a shadow brush. Let's move to this M506 from Morphe, and I'm actually using that mustardy color. I'm just blowing that up a little bit. Let me mess with these lashes, because whew. And for my waterline, I'm gonna use this. It's the 24/7 Glide pencil, and this is in Demolition, and I'm gonna use that in my waterline. And let's move to bronzing the face. This is actually my favorite part, even if I'm terrible at it, but it's still my favorite part. And to bronze my face, I'm gonna go ahead and use just this large angle face brush from Luxie, and this is in 739. Let's use Toasted from Hoola. I do have to go pretty light-handed, like I can't just, usually with my bronzer I just go crazy. Not with this one, because whew. And for my blush, I'm gonna go ahead and use this from Kiko Cosmetics, and it's just like so, and I'm using just a dual fiber brush from Mercier. And for my highlighter, I'm gonna use this brush from Luxie, and it's the 737, is the highlighter brush, And I'm gonna use this from Juvia's Place, and this is in Nefertiti. So this is actually very pretty. And for my lip, I'm gonna go ahead and line my lip with this. It's just the Minty Bear lip pencil. Actually, let's use this shade right here, and then this is XYZ from Bare Minerals. I'm gonna just go ahead and just gloss it up. You know, when in doubt, just use some gloss and that will fix it all up. I'm actually gonna go back to my eye pencil, my liner, sorry, and I'm just gonna bring this down a little bit. I'm gonna use this brush from Crown, and I think it's in a C213. And let's go back to my highlighter, and let's put that in the inner corner. Actually, I'm gonna wet my brush a little bit because I do want it to pop, but I don't like spray. I just kind of wipe it off with the wipe. And I'm actually gonna use this. This is just a dry sponge, and just cut this like so. And I'm just gonna use my powder brush. I'm just gonna dab this. And to set the face, you know, set it and forget it, I'm gonna go ahead and use this word and me, like Scandinavia, right here, got it. So to kind of just go ahead and just touch on the product that I used today. My base, I love, you know, I use those products all the time, like my moisturizer and then my sunscreen and my primer. All those are products that I use all the time, so I love the products. So I'm not really gonna touch on those. On the Juvia's Place products, the eyeshadow palette, love it. Like, it's so good. That's amazing. The foundation, love it if you're looking for full coverage foundation. If you don't like full coverage, you won't like this foundation. But you know how we go. Most of us, you know, like a full bit. So that is a really good foundation. The concealer, not so much. If you have fine lines, if you have any kind of fine lines, I would stay away from the concealer because the concealer creases a lot on me, and again, I do have a lot of fine lines, and maybe that might not be the case for you. So if you don't have that problem, then maybe you will like it, but for me, it's a no-go. And the powder, I don't like the powder for setting under my eyes. Again, it just like makes the fine lines look way bigger than they are already, and you know, they are big for me, so ain't nobody trying to get them, you know, enhanced. That is not what I'm trying to do. So don't like the powder for under my eye, but I do like the powder for setting my face. That works perfect. The foundation stick, I don't like it for, again, same thing, it creases really bad on me. So I don't use it for that, but I do use it for contour, and I love that. So kind of take it as you like. You may, you know, and they're pretty inexpensive. I think they're like $16, so, and they usually have like 40% off, so you know, you can get that to just use as a contour stick. For foundation, maybe not so much. And what else did I miss? Oh, the highlighter, love the highlighter. I use it all the time, so I don't, you know, have a problem with that. So for the most part, it's really just, you know, the concealer and the setting powder. That's not really, you know, my jam. But you know, I have the products already, so I use them, but those are not products that I would recommend. And this is the final look. Tell me what you think. And if you want to see, you know, other videos from me or other looks that I create, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and then I will see you on my next video. Bye.